Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Blackbird, issue number 1 from Image Comics. Alright, we're going to get into this comic after we talk about who made this. So, let's look at that. Writer, Sam Humphries. Artist, Jen Bartel. These two are the creators of this character, this world. Layout artist, Paul Reinwand. Colors, Naomi Wilson and Jen Bartel. Jen Bartel also did the main cover. Jody Wynn did the lettering, and the design, whatever that is Dylan Todd. Variant cover, Fiona Staples. No comic is complete without Staples, right? So, this is a story about this girl who somehow she's got some sort of an affinity with magic, just a little bit. There was like a 7.1 Richter scale earthquake that had occurred, and she predicted it. I don't know, like sometime in advance, a year. I don't know, not a year, but like a day early, whatever it was. She was 13 years old, and she was right. There's also this big, beautiful, like seriously beautiful, magical creature who just came out of nowhere, was like, saved people, and then caused everybody to forget. The spell didn't quite work on her, though, did it? So much later on, 10 years later, in fact, so she's 23 now, she's on painkillers, and her mom's dead. Her dad left out of the life because cheating on the mom, and she's living with her sister. She works as a waitress, not even a waitress, a bartender for a dive, and just, yeah, man. So her life is going nowhere. She hates life. Her sister wants her to go to design school, and she's just got no motivation, none. She's just drunk all day and working in a bar during the night. So those are like her only sober hours. So this girl is just miserable. And then all of a sudden she starts to realize that magic really does exist. She didn't make all this stuff up. This is potentially a really gorgeous comic book, man. Like, the art is exactly as perfect as it needs to be for this first story. I like the story. I like the plot more than anything else. But there's the comic, I feel, should have been, what it suffers from is ending without actually giving us anything. The only thing we know now is that magic actually does exist. Okay, cool. Or at least so it seems. But it doesn't really go anywhere. This first issue doesn't go anywhere. She gets all this stuff, and then suddenly it's all taken away from her. And like, all these things keep having, there's just way too much coincidence. What's going on? Some dude hits her who winds up being a paragon, who is, this world's version of a wizard. What the frick is happening here? So if you want us to be confused, congratulations. We are utterly confused. But we don't really have anything at the end. At the end, like, a dead cat of hers shows up, and it's like, hi, and starts talking to her, and it has a third eye. And it's just more weird than anything else. So we're not entirely sure what's happening. I get the feeling I do know what's happening. Like, she's magical. She's understanding these things. They're trying to take her out. They don't realize that she's probably going to be more powerful than all of them. Whatever, man. I've seen this kind of thing before, I think, if that's where they're going with this. I'm not upset by the comic book. I just feel like this should have been a double-sized issue if you couldn't fit in what needed to be fit in for us to really understand what's going on in the comic book. I personally, I'm interested in seeing the next issue, but it's hard to develop an interest to see the next issue when you don't actually know what happened in the first issue. So I find this first issue kind of weird, but I believe in the plot enough that, which is actually fairly typical. It's no different than a standard Harry Potter or the Magicians or Star Wars. It's the same kind of thing, But I do believe in this plot enough that I'm willing to give it a second issue shot. So I'll see you for the second issue. If I remember, I hope I don't. Honestly, this just seems like such a forgettable comic book, unfortunately. And that's sad. Nothing, like, aside from the beautiful dragon creature, the celestial creature that appeared, I just wish that something really memorable would have happened in this comic book. It's a first issue, brand new character in an indie comic, I want this to succeed, and I feel like it just missed that. I need to read the second issue. If I see the second issue, I will buy it, all right? But if I don't see the second issue, then I missed it, and I'm not going to go back and try and find it, which is a shame, Anyway, it's too bad there's not somebody who could get a second issue and then inform all of you guys that it's come out, right? We'll see what's up. Anyhow, we'll see. We'll see. That's the best I can give. I really want this to succeed, but that's not on me. That's on them. All right, I'm out. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.